So, that went on for a freaking long time, but here you go. That's everything. 5 minutes, God. I'm actually not going to do much editing to this. I just want to see what it sounds like as it is. As it was when I played it. So we're going to play it back now, and slow down a bit. Maybe 95. Nah. It's definitely gotta be 130. So, what we're going to do is we're going to throw that in the thing here. No, I don't want to do the envelope, I want to do this. Damn it. Maybe we need to put these on different. There we go. Okay, so we got our pattern here. Now, we need to just go through and do the modulation. There we go. So X and Y. Now I'm to do the modulation for each specific note here. I will have to go through actually and edit this, won't I? Okay. No, too far. Alright, so, we'll do the, deepness, I guess. So it's like the least. It's gotta get more of the higher kind of wispy noise. The hum's higher there. So that's where it kind of gets a little interesting. Setting all the different modulations. So essentially that's what we're going to go with. It'll be slightly different in the version that gets put up on YouTube because I'll have all the modulation stuff done. That's basically going to be what that's going to be. So we'll save it as test ambient 3. We're gonna have like 5 or 6 songs probably. Alright, back to 2 though. Just trying to figure out what should go next. So, let's see. Need something else in there. It can't just be that. There has to be some other kind of something in the background, or maybe something kind of following along with that. Because the way they like to do things is have more of a, have the high fast bits, but also have a lower, slower bit as well, kind of to add a little more structure to the song itself. So let's go ahead and delete these. And I want to add. Let's say SimSynth. I don't know. Never used that before. How many presets for that? It obviously does not put anything, it's used something else. Let's see. That's right, Maximus doesn't go in there. Poison. So I guess the demo is that you have no presets. It's not like a way you have all these demos. You should get all this stuff in the version I upload anyway. It's ridiculous. I guess Image on has to make money somehow. Interesting. So you actually kind of put in a bunch of different effects in there through the modulation. Interesting. Yes. Autogun's a stab in the dark because there's so many presets. Generators. Where is Autogun in all this anyway? That's a good question. That's Ogun. Polygon's really just a crapshoot. But the descriptions are just freaking hilarious, like this one. How does that sound like Dren being hit with an axe? I don't know. Maybe the guys are high when they make this. Maybe we can make something into that one. Let's see. Maybe there's something we can link those up. Let's go to pattern 2 real quick. I guess it's really pattern 1, but we'll use 2 just for the layer there. Now, we'll go to autogun. Throw this into the what if we put it on the same? Nah, not quite. So actually it's going to be the first. Or is it? Let's see. It's just really difficult to try and figure out how you can do certain things. Oh crap, I can do this thing again. So it's metal mask to this brings it open. Interesting. I did not know that. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to go grab some caffeine, and then when we get back, we're going to take a break from this and do some coding. I'm planning to kind of get around to at least both this and coding for this last part of the vlog, but maybe we'll just get into the some of the images we're running next. I had some ideas about the Earth Alliance emblem. Maybe we could do to try and fix it up a bit, make it work a bit better than what I had it as before. But take a quick break, and I'll be right back. Alright, and we're back. So, let's go and get into the code a bit here. Been working on that a bit today, and I'll go ahead and show you what I've done so far, and show you what we're going to be doing. So what I've been mostly working on is getting all these menus made in the message processing class. So all the places that have menus for the markets, that's what I'm working on right now. So these are all in here for use to change into other menus like these up here. I'm down to the miscellaneous menu at the moment. I think it's got done with the ores. Yeah. And so we're on to the resources. So, SMMM res. I added in an extra parameter argument to the check menu input, and that's for a default. So, like, let's say for example that the player enters a menu option not available. It's not there. That cannot be used, and you want a way to determine per menu what that value would be, the default value would be in that case. That's what that last parameter is for setting what the default value is that's returned if the player chooses an invalid menu option. Obviously, when I go back through, these are all going to have to be done with external values because the types of ores and whatnot are all going to be based on the ion, even the menus themselves. Like, for example, maybe you want to add in a new, well, no, I guess that couldn't be the case with these. Some of these you could make that kind of argument for. For example, missiles, for example. Well, no, that's not an example. I really think ores and resources are the only two places that makes that is true at, because everything else you have here is based on, has code specifically made for it, so you couldn't add in something new. Like, for example, you couldn't add in a new ship system because you wouldn't have access to the code to code it in. But you can add new resources and new ores and whatnot. So those might be the only two areas where you could alter it, the actual menu from outside of the game. So yeah, now that I think about that some more. Although, I don't know, I'll have to think about it even more. Maybe there's a loophole in that thinking, and plus it's, what, 12, so my brain's starting to slowly turn to mush here. So, go ahead and put in the resources. We'll do them alphabetically like everything else. So, DI comes for DR. Did I alphabetize them over here? If I did, that'll save us a lot of time, or save me a lot of time. Equipment, miscellaneous, damn it. No. Resources. Yes, I did. Sweet. Alright, so, yeah, diamonds, draconic lithium. Nuclear waste, platinum, plutonium. Rubies, uranium. That becomes a 9, and then we send 1 to 9, with 9 being the default. Return to market menu. Or no, this menu, that's right here. Miscellaneous menu. Let's see. Stations. Which I believe is just stations. Station construction rigs. Yeah, it's just stations. These, well, no, yeah. This shows the number of the different platforms. So, in other words, we go in there, we have the menu, station construction rigs, and then we have this. And then when you select that, that brings up the different things, yeah. So this isn't a thing in and of itself, it's just the final menu before the listing happens. Triple M stat. 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 Alright, so general stations, mining stations, power stations, production stations. Mining stations, power stations, and production stations. And I do believe, oh, ships. You know, I don't think. I think I did something pithy with that one. Let's see. Ship menu. Yeah. So what I did with this one is instead of redoing the ship classes, I hijacked a menu I made for something else elsewhere. It's down here somewhere. For all this. No, I went too far. Or did we? Or no, it's up. Not down, but up. Durr. That's right. The old one was down there. The one this one replaced. Yeah, here it is. SMC menu. So I just call this one over here for the ship menu, and that cuts down the on the number of menus I need to use by 1. But again, it's, you know, taking 1 off of like 300, so it doesn't really matter too much. But there's no ship extra ship menu needs to be done, so we're on to skills. Or actually, no, these are the actual lists, that's right. So we actually have to list the things on these now. Damn. Which are already here. I just gotta figure out where. It should be like in the form of one of these, except just for ships themselves. And we can essentially just go through and tear that apart. Yeah, here we go. Anyway. Well, that's one can down already. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Still got a little bit of few drops left in. I gotta find a place to put these empties out so they're not getting all over the place. Gets down here, so I don't knock them over. Alright, so get rid of that, and instead turn this into one of these every so often. So SM frags. Frags, should it be multiple, or that should be multiple. So, SM frames. And of course this has to be made external. We can do those right now because those are already externalized. Global var's. So, IIRSC, then the class designation. IIRSC. So, GV, start with. IIRSC frig dot I low. Simple enough. Of course, we don't need that. Should just be ships, I believe. Ship. Yeah. And then couch. Send P choice. Then double and down. Then we call so P choice. Now there's one thing we have to take into consideration here, and that's that 0 can be used with these two in some cases. Since this is going to be handling the output for most of our menus that are like this, we have to also take into consideration that, which means we have to add in another parameter, a bool that'll say essentially if 0 can be used, or if 0 is being used, and that way if the 0 is detected as the P choice and it's outside of the range, otherwise the game's not going to get throwing a hissy fit. Function won't throw a hissy fit over it. Check. Where are you? At the bottom of all these. There. So bool is B is 0. And let's pass it as a true or false. So P choice. Then the low, which is GV II RSC frig dot ILO. Then high. And then the def default for non-chosen thing will be well, should it be 0 or should it be the low, the first frigate? We'll do 0 and then true. Then want to clear the screen. Let's go and fix the alignment here. So SM dests so I'll take that out of there. I'm going to copy this down, and I'm going to copy this down. Oops. Actually, we don't need those, do we? Screw that. Because these are going to be, you already know what you're selecting from the other menu, so we don't have to reiterate it. Just be wasteful in terms of space. So then, GV IIRC dest. Okay. Luckily all that's changed is this last bit here. Alright, back up to here. SMS dests. I don't know why it still doesn't like count for. Shouldn't be a problem now. There it goes, finally. Telesense is a POS. Most of the time, at least the 2012s is. Last time IntelliSense really worked properly was 2008. They broke it in 2010 and really gypped it in 2012. Don't know what it's like in 2013. I haven't tried that yet. That version of Visual Studio yet. Okay. Same process. Copy things down. Fix things up. Oops, that should be just ship. Have to change that. Missed the U there, not a CR. Damn. I guess because all this stuff down here is why it's ambiguous. So we don't need all that. And I actually don't need this either, so we can get rid of that. Alright, copy this down. Copy this down. Change this. Change these. GV IIRC. Oops. And B crew. .island. This comes B crew.hi. So you kind of get the general idea with these. I'm not going to do all of them, all the stuff on this one. But we need to deal with this stuff down here, don't we? So I can get IntelliSense to stop bitching about everything. So I'll just comment this stuff out. There. Now everything should be roses and daisies. That's we're gonna do the B is 0. So if P choice is 0 and so P choice is 0 and the flag that B is 0, in other words that 0 is expected is false, then treat it as a improper choice. However, if B is 0, in other words, if 0 is expected as a valid choice is true, then we skip this and just return 0. It's a quick way of doing that. Of course, we have to fix all these. We have to add in two more parameters for all these ones up here, for all the uses of it. But we'll get to that later on. So, whoops. So we're dealing with the stations. Let's skip over to the skills here. So, battle skills. Well, this is the same thing, really, because we're, well, no, it's not, is it? True, it's not. So, SM, SKM, B skills. So SM, SKM, B skills. Yeah, luckily we copied the skills function up there, so it's gonna be easy to change these ones to what we need to change them to. There's only 2, I believe, right? For battle skills. Yeah, ship and planetary battle. Which are backwards. S comes after P, not before it. So not too hard of a menu there. Pretty simple. Cartography. No, what the hell? We're missing the cartography skills. What's that? How cheap is that? We're missing them entirely. Not even in this list. Jeez. Epic fail. So, alright, omnipotent information tactics. And why are we at hand for? Because I clicked on it, that's why. int SKM. So C for cartography. And then oh, that's right. No, this is right. Cartography skills. That's the lists. That's the end of the line for that one. It doesn't continue. That's right. Never mind. Never mind. Fixing a problem that did not exist. So, but we do have to add that function in. I'll just put it in here. SMSK. Let's put it in like that, but we won't fill it in with anything. So, M skills. Actually, these are all like that, aren't they? Okay, so trade processing skills are the one that has the that's the next thing. So this one's like a hybrid menu. Because they're both specific skills that are listed, and also then another sublisting, which leads to another list. So what else these and this? Really to think about though, I'm trying to figure out how these would be listed though. Would they be listed as a list like we have with the weapons, or would they be listed in an actual list, hard coded into the table, or rather the menu? Huh. Well, those are questions to be answered another day. So, let's see, what else can we talk about before we switch back over to the audio for the next 20 or so minutes. Really, that's all I've done, though. I mean, I guess I can mention, did start moving the code for the econ test out. That's over here now, or starting to be over here. So while that's ready to start getting set up, let's start in 0.7. Start running on this. Yeah, I guess that's it though. So let's go ahead and save this, go ahead and close it. And back to the audio. We're just gonna go ahead and kill off this because we're just going to. I want to start something new now. Well, let me see. It's going to open. It's got lots of things that I'm working on. I'm trying to remember what all's for this one. See, test 3. What is test 3? Earphones on here. Alright, so. Yeah, it's just a test, not really anything that I'm working on. Test foreground. I've kind of got an idea what we can do with this. Something just popped in my head right now. If I had another Zeta plus 2, that'll load up pretty fast, geez. So I want something that's a bit lower. Let's see. Let's see. Wow. Huh, that's interesting. Now we can do something with that. Let's see. Hold on, song, pattern 1. Grab the pattern. So what I want to do now is I'm going to try and take this and do something with it. Let's go back to pattern 1. Well, this is how you're supposed to use Visual Studio. You're supposed to make patterns that you can reuse and reuse and reuse. And then paste them in as you need them instead of pasting them all over the place in the piano roll that you normally do. Especially you're supposed to, essentially you're creating samples that you can use wherever you need to. That's too much. I want to use it, but I don't want to use it all the time. Instead, let's say that I only want to use it on the So if we do it on the first, no, that is not going to work. What if we We can't, let's go, we have to turn up the, polyphony. I could get insanely aggravating over time really quickly. Yet again, not gonna work. Damn. That could be, that sounds kind of interesting. So, then this is going to repeat again. And this is going to repeat again. Then I think we're going to do something different. So what I'm going to do is I want to keep this pattern. Oops. Pattern 2. I'm going to clone this pattern. But I also want to rename it. Pattern 3. And I'm just going to move these down an octave. That's pretty interesting. I'm not sure how it would work in terms of being an actual song of the game, but it does sound interesting. I'll give it that. And I want to also add a second, so I actually want to have this be kind of, this should be really interesting. want to repeat that again. And then on this one, we'll add it. Except it's not going to be 2, it'll be something different. Pattern 4. We're going to clone pattern 2 again. And on this one, we're going to add in some notes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to pattern 1. Grab this again. Back to 4. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to take out these ones, and then we're going to take out these ones. So now we're going to do this on top of 3 as well, so it's going to be kind of an interesting clash, I think. And paste 1 in here. This is a really interesting clash. That's kind of how songs should be, though. It shouldn't be all just kind of repetition of the same things over and over again. You should be using the different notes and melodies and whatnot in different interesting ways. When you're liking a bass theme or whatever you're doing with the song, the music, like most of the stuff I'm doing is mostly just off the seat of my pants. Or by the seat of my pants. And, well, what do you know? It is pretty much almost 1 o'clock, so I guess we'll go ahead and end the developer's vlog on that note. Or on these notes, I should say. So, thanks for watching the videos. Hope you enjoyed them. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below in the comment section. If you haven't done so already, I would appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. Doing so will allow you to keep up to date on what's going on with the game, and also being apprised of whenever any in-between update content has been added to the channel, such as lore videos or whatever have you. Maybe I'll release music tests as well. Smaller ones or something throughout the time between updates. And so I'll just let you, keep up to date with what's going on. So again, this is Geowell, and I will see you for the next update, which will be in I guess December. Beginning of December will be when that's uploaded. But until then, I will see you later.